And we are live once again. And I didn't expect this one. And this comes all spontaneously. I had not any of this planned. That's why it's going to work. Have you looked at the title down there? Let me find a free page for a free man. Well, that's the assumption anyway. I'm a free man. Well, that's been taken before. That was in the past. We had a free man here in Austria, for example. A guy who goes by the name, or should I call his birth certificate, sound per son, per sound, his persona in this matrix control system. The free man Austria, his name is and was and will be till his end of his life, Joe Chrysler. And he lives as the free man. So that has already been taken. We've had the free man on the land. This is like the movement from Canada and the US and also Britain. In Britain you have the common law and all that. That's already all taken. That's been done in the past. I want nothing to do with that. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Oh, I did the 666 there. I want nothing to do with that. I want to create something new. So that's why you're tuning in here. It's great to have you here. And boy, oh boy, have I got something to share. Again, check out what the title says. The end of the matrix control system. The end. The absolute end. So, how can you say that? Who are you? Who are you to say any like this? Well, I've got my special t-shirt here. If my brother's listening to this, he'll be like, oh, I gave that to him once. I've hardly ever worn it. I don't know why. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's actually nice. It suits nice with this shirt, doesn't it? And what does it say here? Oh yeah, speak the truth. Speak the fucking truth. Even though we're always finding out the truth, but speak the truth, speak your heart. And let the mind follow. That's what it says in the picture there. Going into the unknown. How do you know that you're exiting this multidimensional control system grid under operation by control beings that want to keep you under control? And they've got many traps for you. Yes, we've got many traps with you. Okay? And you only know when you're expanding beyond this control structure, when you delve into the unknown. And this is what I want to share with you guys today. I'm going into the unknown. I'm making this announcement after having like a absolutely crazy experience just maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago, where I had a nervous breakdown. A nervous breakdown. Well, and breakdown is a breakthrough if you choose it. If you make that choice. Felt like a birth. I was lying in the front room listening to loud music. Okay, because I got into a state like I've not been in for a long time. Can you associate with feelings where you think you're completely lonely in this world and nothing ever changes, and it makes you go so mad, it makes you go so crazy that you just lose it, and you just lie there on the floor shaking, crying, because nothing ever freaking changes? What the hell's going on here? Boy, and I just experienced that before this. The last thing, the last thing that I would want to do after a nervous breakdown is to do a live stream. But there you go. This is just me speaking the truth the way I see it. Okay, and being maybe in a messed up state and not in the perfect environment to do my video. There's no sunshine here. Okay, walking around all cozy. No. I'm talking about the exit of the matrix. What it takes to end this whole conundrum. And it can only come from us, from the everyday human being that totally thinks outside of the box and thinks about what does it take to really make a difference, like really shake the earth, make them tremor. I'm talking about the cacostocracy. I'm not talking about any politician. No, thank you. I'm not talking about the front row players in all of this. The Gateses, okay? I'm not talking about the Schwab, okay, which you know what I'm talking about, the Schwab with his great, absolutely great reset of technological digital control grid. And you won't go back to the new normal. I'm not talking about Mr. Evil. No. I'm talking about the background players. Okay? Those you do not see beyond the banking dynasties that have been running monopolies long before Amazon, Google, YouTube, and all your technocratic control freaks out of Silicon Valley. You're as silicon is, which is artificial, and you're about to be removed. This is what I'm speaking in my truth, and this is the only place I actually feel alive. And this is what I build on. This is what I build upon. I'm talking about the background players who you never see beyond the Rothschilds, monopolies of mining companies, of resources for hundreds of years. I'm talking about those families. You are being mentioned here, and you are going to be brought to the table because this is no longer an option to keep things as they are. I'm talking about millions on the streets of London just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I don't give a damn how many weeks. And yesterday there was another event with some great speakers. And there was also massive uprisings in France. There's a massive uprising going on throughout the world because that's the point we've reached now. And in order for it not to spill into a civil war, okay, which is, and this is another game plan that they played, they're happy, okay, those background players, as it is right now, they are happy. Let me tell you, yeah, the truth is getting out. Yeah, they're also probably looking forward to how this continues. However, how about this? Okay, when we don't mention the background players, the matrix control system rulers, all right, who are in direct contact, okay, with entities probably outside of this dimension. I'm talking about this. You call me crazy? I don't give a damn. I'm interested in reality and how this thing really works. Have you ever seen a scientist working in a tank inside an environment that's too dangerous for him to operate in, so he uses gloves to manipulate that environment? I'm talking about that force, who I don't think is that intelligent as they portray themselves to be. I actually think that humanity has the capacity to be much more intelligent than this control class that goes beyond this dimension. what the Gnostics called the archons, okay? And other cultures had other names for it. And it probably goes into the direction of the demonic realm. That's the forces I want to challenge here with this. Because I've got an idea. And I need to share this out because I can't leave it inside. I have to move forward in my evolution and go with the flow and go into the unknown, which is, at this point right now, the only comfort zone you can be in. Everything is an inversion of what it actually is. So when you are in momentum and you are going for it, where you think, no, this is too crazy. No, I can't rock the boat. Do it. Do it. And that's the point where I'm at right now. That's the point. I'm ready to escalate. I'm a man who has nothing to lose. Who has nothing to lose. And I have to serve creation by sharing with you the idea that I have. Because this is the breaking point. We now have to stand clearly and speak our truth clearly and make a big, fat, red line to these control freaks who see human beings, living, sentient human beings, as resources. That's what they look at you as. And that's why they call us human resources and human resource management. That's how pathetic they are. Well, guess what? I'm going to drive at making them wake up to reality. Inside these monopolistic ruling class families, all right? I'm talking about the ones that own 90% of the world's wealth. That want everything. But they're only a vehicle for a force in the background who is absolutely afraid to be found out and to be exposed. As long as the roots of wickedness is hidden, is it strong? When it is recognized, it dissolves. When it is revealed, it perishes. And my only aim in this life is that this destructive, evil, psychopathic, manipulative force has to leave and is exposed and perishes. That's what I want to see. If I perish in the meantime, well, that's a problem then when it happens. I can't live like this any longer. They're committing genocide on our species. And the time to say enough, that this level of damage that is being caused has now reached the stage where this won't continue any longer and we won't put up with it. And everyone in their capacity needs to go for it. I want one thing, okay? I don't want to impose anything on anyone. I'm not interested in imposing anything on anyone. I have my version of the truth, which I share. What you make of it, I don't care. Everyone can do their little bit of what they can do at the time they're in, but do it now. Do it now. As I'm going to do it now. And leave the fishbowl syndrome of comfort zone. Do something different. Challenge the authorities like you've never challenged them before. And I'm going to share the idea with you. What I have got in plan. What I mean is that as I'm talking about these families in the background who have monopolized the whole world, there is no mineral that is not under their control. They strip mine the earth like they think they can just do it with the earth also being a living organism. Well, they just see it as resources, the same as they see us as resources. Okay? It's about time I give you a learning lesson on how evolution actually works. And there's also inside these families, there's also an awakening going on. There's also people that know this can't continue like this any longer. And we need to have a talk. This planet doesn't belong to any of you guys. On an ego trip that beggars belief. You need to wake up to the fact that every single one here on this planet, no matter what consciousness, only exists in this realm because of your relationship with the living being that is the planet. You, the same as me, are in a co-evolutionary relationship with planet Earth. And you do not have the right to strip mine her and monopolize everything, get all the profits for hundreds of years and just think that that's going to continue because you're some Uber class. You are not an Uber class. The same as I am not part of any Uber class because I'm sharing this level of information, which I call the highest level of information. Am I even allowed to say that? Well, I'll better say it again. I'm sharing with you the highest level of information in this information pyramid. Questioning authority, questioning the legitimacy of believing that there's an Uber class, people less than the 1% mentioned, that can just make everyone else their slaves. Evolution doesn't work that way, especially when those families want full control over the planet and more power without taking responsibility, which is the basis of any true power. Responsibility. Are you taking responsibility for genocide? You families, are you taking responsibility? Well, I would like to see that insurance that you have for this crime against humanity, because you've got nowhere to hide now. Enough. Their whole claim to authority, to being the Uber class, and to be in a position of ruling humanity, their whole basis of that is by us believing their claim to authority. So they claim, yeah, we're the Uber class. They teach their children through generation after generation that they are an Uber class, and they absolutely have the moral right and the moral legitimacy to rule everyone on this planet and move the world into the direction of digital totalitarianism in the form of technocracy. And everything should become like a China sweatshop. Oh, you're going to have a problem in freaking Europe because I'm in Europe. You're going to have a problem. And I want you on the table because, let me ask you, dear ones in the shadow, I never signed a contract for your UN Agenda 2030. I didn't sign that. So who are you to imply my consent on that? Let me bring you back to reality from your little dream world. I never signed any contract. Therefore, you cannot imply any consent from me. And therefore, I want you to the table because this planet is as much my planet as it is your planet. But you've been doing a freaking bad way of treating this living organism that you exist in. You are wrong. And I call this, what you're doing right now, a trespass on my property. Because this will only just escalate further and further and further and further if we let it happen. Okay, what they're going to do next, all right, is with all these forced injections going on right now, not forced injections, but people taking the injection because of the propaganda bubble they've been in. Okay, they're taking it. You have all these reactions going on. Everything's being censored, of course, because they want to keep that bubble closed. Okay, and I, as much as possible, try to be one of those who put the needle to the bubble so it comes out, so the truth comes out. Speak the truth, but we have to be a vehicle for the truth. And once that's the perversion of all of this, okay, that's why we need to really understand also the psychology of these satanic cults. Absolutely violent one. It's now or never. The psychology of these satanic cults that run the world in the background, their psychology is so perverted, okay? It's the complete inversion. That's what they want. The complete inversion of the truth ruling the world. And then, now it comes, that's the best. I'll take a front row seat for this. Then, when the genocide hits the public screen and comes on, suddenly people are dying because they've had the jab. Suddenly they're dying, and then it's the unvaccinated people that are the problem and that are the cause for what has just happened. That's the perversion. And they're gonna play it. They're already building up that narrative. That's how sick they are. And that's why, and here in Europe, okay, we're now at the end of July, okay? And in the autumn, what are they going to come up with? Well, these people are not freaking creative, are they? And I'm angry. I'm as mad as hell. Call me mad. Yes, you're right. In your mad freaking system, I'm absolutely bonkers mad. That's why I am a danger to you. And I know it. And I'm so freaking mad and crazy that I'm even going to pull the trigger and risk everything because I'm at the point where I don't give a damn. Who are you? Who are you to tell me that you rule the world? You're nothing. You need to learn how this world actually works. That this planet doesn't want you scumbags destroying it any longer. We do not want you. And your behavior is going to pull you to the table, and you're going to be listening what natural law is, what the natural order really is, and what the system you're enslaving us with really is, because it's an insurance system, and you psychopaths are not insured for anything that you do. You don't take responsibility, but you want more and more and more and more without taking responsibility. It doesn't work that way in reality. Come back to reality. Hello. Here's someone speaking to you. And you're not above me. I'm going to look you in the eyes, just as I'm going to look in the eyes of the judge I'm going to see on Thursday. I have a court case on Thursday. And that's my idea. Now I can share my idea. Now I can share my idea. It's good getting that off your back. About time. About time to get a little bit angry. Oh, or should I speak in a very balanced way, like an academic? Well, in order to be absolutely successful and viewed as a totally balanced guy who does meditation every day, and I can read you the facts. I'm going to quote also and see how academic I look. And I have very good rates. I don't care about that. That's why I'm in danger. But we're in freaking danger if we let this continue. Now's the time for risks, and I'm taking a risk. Okay, so I have a court case on Thursday. You know why? For disturbing the public order. I have a court case for disturbing the public order. And because I was in a bus, in a night bus in Vienna at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was drunk. Yes, I was. It happens. Yes, people celebrate. It was a night out. It was a good night out, even though this happened. So I get into the night bus in Vienna. On my way home with 3 other people. We're not from the same household because, oh, guess what? We don't give a damn. We don't ask Daddy State if we're allowed to do that. No, doesn't work with people who are on their journey of awakening, who want to find out and speak the truth, no matter what it takes. I'm going to take all the shit for what I do because I actually take responsibility. I speak the truth 1 whole year, 1 whole year, every week, every Friday in Linz. Very seldom that I didn't come there. What is my reward for that? I have a court case. Welcome to the inversion world. But I'm going to use it as leverage. So, coming back to the story. We go on the night bus. We want to go home and continue celebrating because life is a celebration. Everything in life is a gift if we choose so. We're on the bus, of course, without a mask, because guess what? I'm breathing oxygen. Thought this was about health. It's not some control mechanism, is it? No, of course not. And because we do not comply with the public normality, the new normal, okay? No one wrote a letter to me in a contract form asking me if I wanted this. I never signed anything, so I would have thought that my health is my property. It's actually my business, my health, my body. The one thing that I own, it's mine. So I make my choices to breathe oxygen. However, one mind control victim, call in that case the bus driver, calls the police. Oh, there's 4 people spreading. Spreader. So and then they thought we're going to get out of the bus. No, we didn't get out of the bus. We made a hassle. I got into trouble. I'm in trouble right now because I have a court case because of this. I could be paying 1,000, 2,000, whatever. Let me pay 1 trillion because I don't have it anyway. Scumbags. For breathing oxygen. So sick. So the police then come, and after this and that, you know, they pull us, they tell us to get out of the bus. Okay, we get out of the bus. I give them my, yeah, okay, take my details. I'll see you later. And now I see them. Now I see them. So I don't have a court case for not complying with the mask's order. No, don't have a court case because of that. I have got a court case because I disturbed the public order. Yeah, all right. I disturbed the public order. It's not like all the psychiatric clinics are full and all the psychiatric clinics of children are full and they don't see any future anymore. They have no vision of what they're going to do in life because the only thing they ever see every day is muzzles. Yeah, and their parents lost their jobs, or one of the parents lost their jobs, and they don't have any knowledge or anything to fall back on. they have zero understanding of emotional intelligence and working through shadows. So when someone triggers you, okay, you might go out into nature and find your space, all right, and integrate those emotions that trigger your childhood traumas because you've been growing up in a fucked up society your entire life. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. They don't have that. They don't have access to this knowledge of self-empowerment and how it's the integration of emotions that give us the energy in motion, the connection to the life force energy to be fully empowered to say, who are you to try and rule me? They don't have access to that. And mommy and daddy are not having a good time, and therefore the little boy and the little girl don't have a good time, and they have no future, and they have absolutely no voice to voice that. And they can't even go to school without being force tested 3 times a week, having to wear this pathetic shithole bullshit little bag in their face the whole time of an idiot teacher who has no clue what's going on and who's also not liable if someone just drops because of a lack of oxygen, because that's the one thread throughout this entire psychopathic system within a system, because it's not even the system. What you're running is a system within a system. It's run under criminal law, and I know that I'm going to get to you families because of liability, because you do not take responsibility. And you're not responsible. And the one who's talking right now to you is taking responsibility. And through the law of magnetism, I'm going to draw you in because I have got questions for you and answers for you. It is not allowed on planet Earth to do actions that cause harm anymore without taking the liability. That's the truth. We've got a problem here, and it's massive, and the tidal wave is now starting, and the sooner we start to calm the tidal wave, the more we can switch over to the new paradigm that works for everyone. Because this planet is based on abundance. Abundance. The greatest form of intelligence is this planet. That's also what we as a species are endowed with. We're not a virus. Your mindset is the virus, dear Uber class. Your mindset is the virus. And there's someone talking who won't be assimilated in that psychopathic mindset because I have feelings. Because I have a red line that I draw. And I'm not afraid of prison or whatever. When the mafia gets me, for some reason, which I don't think is possible because of vibrational frequencies, and vibrational frequencies creating the reality that I experience, they can't get to me through magnetism because I've integrated my shadows, and they can't get to me. And if they get to me when I'm speaking the truth in my light, they have to become light, and no shadow element can come into resonance with me. That's how deep I know how reality works. I'm talking about the highest form of knowledge, where the 33rd level degree Freemasons will not even know what I'm talking about. Reality, we create reality, and I choose to create a different reality. And it just may be that this is a war, not only on humanity, but this is a war on timelines. This 5G smart grid network might just be a blocking frequency for us not to connect to the greater reality and to connect with the timeline where we are free. And perhaps to get to this timeline, we need to show our courage. Be brave like lions. How far does it go? How deep does the rabbit hole go? How much intelligence is possible? How intelligent is nature? How intelligent is your natural intelligence? Do you know it? Or are we on our journey to experience it? And we need to make a stand here. And that's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's this court case. I'm going to use it as leverage. Because I'm not going to stay in this victim mode as I've been programmed, as you want to program everyone. Oh, you're a poor victim. That changes nothing. Oh, I've experienced this the last 2 days. I've been feeling really bad. I've been going through a hell of a time, but always these bad times are massive for growth. When you have a breakdown, you can choose to take the breakthrough, and only then will things change. That's why I'm doing this live stream after a nervous breakdown. I had a nervous breakdown today, crying my heart out. And now I feel empowered because I chose to take the route of the breakthrough. So I've got a court case, back to the court case, for disturbing the public order. Well, I'm gonna, because they asked me one week before the court case, I should have sent in my evidence. I didn't do that for a specific reason, because I sent notices. I don't send in my evidence. Evidence! Oh, should I show you evidence that I own my body? What are you, crazy? You have to show evidence. This is an inverted world run by Satanists. So let me invert that. Oh, you want evidence from me? You have to show me evidence. Where is this virus? Where is it? How does it do what you claim to do? Oh, do you want to back these claims up? I'm actually here. You know why I'm here? I'm not here to talk about my public behavior, okay? I'm here because I'm resolving this crisis and I'm doing it together with you. Sorry you were placed in the position you're in right now, but that's what we've got. We work with what we've got. We have a massive problem here, and I'm ready to talk about this. Oh no, we have to talk about, no, I do not understand legalese. And I definitely don't stand under it, and I don't accept any of these titles. Oh look, he's a free man. Oh look, he's refusing the state, the government. No, I'm here to tell you what the system of governance actually is. And that government is here to run infrastructure and not control humanity and force them, when this is a free will universe, which is your biggest nightmare, you Satanists, and I know it's your biggest nightmare. That's why they have to play this trick with you accepting some title, because then they have jurisdiction over you. Jus juris, law, and diction is to speak the law unto their legalese. Oh look, see, he's agreed. That's how they think. Okay, look, because you can only do things to someone as long as the other human being allows it. But when you remove consent and you say, no, I choose to be a man, a human being, living being. They have no jurisdiction over you because you're beyond the queen and the king. You're on a whole different paradigm. And then you tell them what you want. I place my order. You're my public servants, all right? So now we've got a dynamic going that actually is what it was meant to be. I don't care if for hundreds of years, okay, people have been afraid of the judge and people have been afraid of the police. That's not what you're here for. We pay you. And I'm going to place my order, and my order, not at Burger King or any of these places. My order is to end this crisis and have a peaceful resolution to this crisis before it escalates into civil war, which it will if you continue to ignore reality. And not only people within the system that are ignoring reality, who've still got their job. Yeah, I'm just doing my job. What can you do? Well, I'm here to tell you that we're going to do it together. I've sent you a notice. I mean what I mean. I mean you, as a human being, can resolve this crisis together with me. I only have to initiate it. And there's many people in these institutions who don't want to continue with this situation. Just take someone to see through the situation, realize that you're not creating an enemy with anyone within the system, but the problem, the root cause of the problem, is the mindset of the egoic driven people in the background that run this system within a system because they're ignoring the system for what it really is. I'm a fan of a system. You know that? Yes, we need a system. You know what a system is? It's a copy of the natural order. It's the organizational unit of creation. That's what a system is. Every system, by definition, coming right to the core fundamentals of it, has to be a copy of the natural order. And can only be that way, contract-based. Everyone has free will, okay? Everyone has free will. The natural order regulates our behavior and our experience reality. It does all of that. But when we need to organize things, we create a system, okay? So we have a system. Everyone has free will. So we make agreements. In this free will choice, we make agreements when we don't trust each other, okay? That's why the whole system runs on trust, to compensate for the lack of trust inside. Then outside, you've got the trust. Everything runs on trust in the background. All these philanthropes, they've all got their trust. They've got the money in the trust. It all runs under it. And those contracts, okay, everything runs on contracts. And every contract has to be insured, because why would I make a contract with someone else there's no insurance? How do I know? I don't trust you. I don't know you. So if you don't deliver X, which I ask of you, okay, I ask for compensation. It's called insurance. The system has to be an insurance system. If you are not insured, you take liability. Therefore, every one of this freak show called politics is privately liable for all the damages that they cause. However, this is where I differ from Nuremberg trials. What? You're gonna get the front stage actors to the Nuremberg trials, hang them, and then what? Huh? And then what? We repeat history. Nuremberg trials go. I think I've heard that before in the Second World War. You want that again? How did that turn out? Yes, most of the Nazis went over to America. Operation Paperclip. We all know that. And you only had this for show, okay? A few bit part actors, some sort of nobodies, and maybe a few whose name we still know. I don't know any one of those who got hanged there. I don't know any name. Can't be so freaking important. Anyways, do you want to repeat that history? How did that turn out? We got the freaking United Nations because of that. The IMF, the World Bank, rape and pillaging the world. That's what we got from Nuremberg trials. So we want Nuremberg trials now. That's insane. No. The only true, real solution to a problem is to remove and heal the cause of the problem. Thank you. Thank you. What's the cause of the problem? It's a mindset. It's this matrix mindset from the perspective of the so-called Uber class, okay, which they're not, okay, the ones with the financial capital, shall I say, okay? The root cause of the problem is this. You want more and more power. You want your technocratic society to control everyone because that's what you get off to, because you're so miserable that you don't have anything from life. You live in your huge mansions with all the paintings that you stole from the real artists. Okay, you can't paint nothing. You can't do nothing. You lack creative imagination. But you think you can buy everything with your class, then you have your cup of wine and your parties, but you feel miserable inside because you know deep inside that life is about something completely different. Completely different. And you can't feel that, and it destroys you. And to compensate that inside destruction, you want to harm and torture human beings outside of you because you don't have the guts and the strength, the humility, the honesty to face yourself, look yourself into the mirror and actually realize that you are a failure in life. That's what you really are, because you are not creating happiness for children and for human beings and giving them a perceptive future vision of how it can be, and that life is worth living, and that now we need to give it all for that freedom. They've risked it all, and now we need to give it all. I'm going all in with what I'm doing on Thursday. Putting all my chips in because I have nothing to lose anymore, because I hate this shit. I feel sick. I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of watching all these so-called truthers running around in Mexico. Oh yeah, people are so stupid. Oh, look how asleep they are. I know I'm awake. And no, you're not awake. I'm beginning to awake more and more, which is that I have to get crazy. Which doesn't mean that I have to go shouting around. I'm not going to be as loud as I am right now when I go into the court setting, all right? I promise. I won't be that loud. I'm passionate right now. That's my lifeblood. Passion. That's what they don't have. Passion. That's what we can have. Funny how my internet is so low right now. Low connection. But it doesn't matter. I'm doing this for myself anyway, and letting you also share that with you. Because as I said an hour ago, I had a nervous breakdown. Guess what? Never felt better because I chose so. And this prison cell, okay, birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. That's what the ego says. But my intuition told me, and ever since I saw that, so the whole weekend I've been, how should I approach this? I've got the court case coming up. It was always in my mind, the court case. And today I had to get out into nature twice because I couldn't live. It's constantly in my mind. And I just couldn't. And then I felt better. And after feeling better, it got worse again. And I was like, done, finished. I'm like, such deep pain came up. Childhood trauma. And you know what it was? You know what I went through today? Massive childhood trauma of never ever being listened to. And actually feeling like this whole work's just been a joke, what I've been doing. That's what I've been feeling the whole weekend. Feeling that this is all a joke. I love the whole community here. I love you guys. 100%. You mean everything to me. My human family means everything to me. But I felt miserable this weekend, thinking that my whole work is just going to bits. No one's listening. So you speak a whole year in front of the police even, and all they do is they want to fine you. They don't listen to you. They've lost their humanity in their programming. So I'll give them the chance to wake the fuck up of what true humanity is really all about. So basically, with these court cases, they won't let you in without a mask. Well, I'm gonna be creative in making it happen that they let me in. So, as nothing of these claims that are being made about this virus have ever been proven in an infection or whatever, but we'll just go along anyway. Because of that, if you don't let me in without a mask, I want compensation for that. I want compensation of, I don't know, whatever sum I can come up with. Or another way of doing this, I'm quite creative. So I'm gonna wear a mask, but would you please sign this notice of liability, please? Please, go on. Because then I know, finally, I know that my health is none of my business. Oh, you wear your mask, you should be protected. Oh yeah, we're in Looney Town. The mask only works when I also wear it. Yeah, just like with the... Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna wear one. Yeah, but please sign the notice of liability and I'm gonna freaking sue the shit out of you. Who do you think you're talking to? Talking with the intelligence of the earth, who gave me some of hers, and I'm activating more. And the more I do, the more happier I get, and the more crazy I get, and the more happier I get. I love being crazy. I love being happy. And I'm only happy when I am in the process of taking them down. That's when I'm happy. It's the only time I feel really happy. Really being involved. The best times I had was when I got off stage. I'm like, I got this off my chest. Yeah, awesome. Other people had something about from it. That's how creation works. You feel great. Everyone has something from it. Yeah, win-win situation. As I said in the beginning of this video, it's co-evolution and it runs under symbiosis. We're a symbiotic species. Okay, nature works symbiotically. That's a learning lesson for you Satanists. Okay? It's not your dog eats dog world. Screw that. That's so 19th century, isn't it? Or was it 1859, Origins of Species? And then you declared the human soul of being non-existent, and human is just another animal? Your whole basis for mind control? With even Pavlov and behaviorism, and then you realize through Edward Bernays social engineering and creating normal and access to mass psychology, you could put people into peer pressure and pressurize them to make them slaves and have them patented like you have those seeds for Monsanto. You're such a clever uber class, aren't you? But however, there's people that find out about your plans to the detail and find out what your Achilles heel is because you don't take any responsibility for the lunatic plans that you have. And that is going to be your downfall. And I will give it all that. You will experience your downfall of your empire. Because we can't have this anymore in the world. People that just run away from their problems because they can't face themselves, okay? Inside these families with all the money, okay, that run the banking system, they traumatize their children for demonic possession, okay? They traumatize their children. It's generational also. They're victims of mind control. Much more than I've ever experienced in my life. Okay, that's where you see the tank, the scientist manipulating an environment in a tank where the environment is too dangerous. We human beings in full activation mode, like I'm sharing with you, is too dangerous for this force in the background, which is of a demonic, spiritual consciousness, parasitic. And therefore, in these families, they have all the money, they can do whatever they want, all the parties, but they're all traumatized. Okay? And they don't like it one bit, being reminded of that fact that you are traumatized. And that's why they traumatize humanity, because that's what their whole program is running on. Mind control only works when you put one word before it, and it's called trauma-based mind control. That's why they've set up a control system run by Father State and Mother Church. And the law we get from the church, not the actual law, the legalese. And when you heal the inner child, you speak to them as a sovereign human being, as a human being. You can leave the sovereign away. I am man. That's how you speak to them. The only thing I know, really, the only thing I really know is my existence. That's the only thing I can ever know, that I exist. Everything else, I don't have to know. When people ask me in the shops, why are you not wearing a mask? I don't watch television. What mask? Actually, I was thinking, why it is that you guys run around so strangely? I don't have television. No one and no one can force you to know anything. And that's the perception that I'm going to walk into this court setting. Speak the truth. I said it today. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and my core intention is a peaceful resolution to this crisis. Okay? Everyone's liable for crimes against humanity, and now we need to come together, solve this crisis, and show the demons the way out. This planet doesn't tolerate this behavior any longer. We are not a slave species. We are not a virus on this planet. In actual fact, our mother planet is our mother, not the church. That's the truth. And now we need to come together and sort this thing out together. Now I'm going to do my bit. Let's see where that takes me. But I'm really looking forward to that, and I can't wait. Do everything in my time. And if it doesn't work out, at least I tried it. I would beat myself up if I wouldn't try it, because just so happens that I have these crazy ideas that I explained to you in this video of what I'm going to do in the court. No. Oh, you say I disrupted the public order. I'm here to stop this genocide, to not have a civil war erupt, which you're going to try to do, because that chaos serves those background players. They want chaos. You see, they want an end to politics. It's in the book. Oh, look what the politicians did. You see, they've messed up completely. Oh, yeah, I'll see through that bullshit. The next thing they come up with, yeah, let's be run by experts. Let's have all the decisions be made by experts, technocrats. Yes, that's exactly what they want. They want to get rid of politics. And they need the public to end democracy themselves. Yeah, let's go. They won't even make a vote, of course. Why would they have to make a vote? You know, it's just, yeah, we don't need politics now. We've got technocracy. That's how they're gonna spin it again. But again, I want to finish with this. Okay, and this is the end now. All right. Realize that this is the truth. As long as the roots of wickedness is hidden, is it strong. When it is revealed, no, I have to start again. As long as the roots of wickedness is hidden, is it strong. When it is recognized, it dissolves. When it is revealed, it perishes. I have revealed it today. I will continue to reveal it until it perishes. Good luck to all of us.